Hello everyone, this is Bodhi and welcome back to another Minecraft video. We are back once again on the survival single player world, and I am very excited to kick things off today because I have a little bit of progress to show you that I am quite happy with. So without further ado, let's go ahead and just get straight into it. So for those of you who don't remember what happened in the last video, or you didn't see it, we at the end of it we built up a skeleton grinder XP farm using one of the dungeons that we were able to find. So yeah, I was able to get the farm built up last time, but I didn't get any sort of decorations or anything like that in place. So I decided to take that and do that as a project off camera, and it ended up looking very nice. Nothing too crazy, but I really like how it came together. So if we come back over here, that's where our house is, and we just built it right back here. And I added a little bit of a better way of getting up and down. So now we can just fall down into the water below. And while I'm looking at this, I do want to mention that we actually got our first death on the server, or not on the server, but on the world. So if I can find that here, let's see here. Oh, duh, it's right there. Number of deaths. Okay, yeah, so now that number is at 1, which I'm not happy about, but it had to happen at some point. What I don't care to admit is how stupid the death actually was. So, get this. I was coming down here, and I had just finished up putting this ceiling in place, which blocked off my water. For some reason, I thought it would be a good idea to put a plank or a slab here, and I totally just jumped down, oblivious to the fact that I had changed the entrance, and so I sort of just saw my life flash before my eyes. I knew I was gonna die, and I was just like, oh my god, I'm an idiot. So yeah, that's how I got my first death. Completely unexceptional. I would have hoped that our death would have actually been epic or something like that, but no, it's just me being an idiot. So that happened, but now we have this better way of getting up and down in place, and yeah, so this place is looking kind of nice, and as you can see, I also moved a second enchanting setup. So we still have the one up in our house, but we have this down here, enchanting table with full books, grindstone, some enchanting supplies, and an anvil. And then we have the skeleton farm right here, exactly the same, except we moved some things around, and we have some more storage for the stuff that we get out of it. So down here, this just collects whatever goes into the hoppers, but we also have a place to store the arrows, and then also the bones, which I'm converting into bone blocks. Each bone block is effectively 3 stacks of bones. Although you can't convert them back into bones, you can convert them into bone meal, which is really what you're after most of the time. So, besides that, we have this, just our barrel full of bows, and then next to it, we have armor, and I don't really care about saving the gold or leather armor, so I have to put like a trash disposal area in here so we can throw that out. But the chainmail is kind of cool. I don't know, I've always liked it for some reason, even though we probably won't ever wear it except maybe to look cool. Yeah, it would be nice maybe to have like a full armor stand with chainmail armor at some point. We have everything except a chest plate. So, that's pretty cool. And, also, yeah, let's move on to the enchantments that I was able to get, because I was able to get a few extra enchantments, while I was off camera, so let's just quickly go over them. I was finally able to get a maxed out bow with power 5, infinity, and unbreaking 3, through a enchanting, and then combining. I was able to get an enchanted axe with efficiency 4. I was able to get a diamond leggings with protection 4, unbreaking 3, which is cool. And then I also had a secondary sword that I enchanted because it had looting 3 on it, so I decided to just go for that, which is great because that's gonna... It'll be nice to have 2 of them. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back up because there is one more piece of loot I want to show you guys. But before I do that, let's just take a few swipes at these skeletons here, because it's quite satisfying when we can just take them all out with our sweeping edge sword, and boom, they're all just their loot's gonna get collected. And we went from level 6 to level 13 because this goes really fast when you're at lower levels. So let's go ahead and head back up here. And as you can see, obviously right now we're just swimming back up, but what I want to do is put in soul sand for the bottom. And of course we can't do that yet because we haven't been to the Nether, which is the segue into what this episode's main topic is going to be. We're going to do some exploring of the Nether. We're going to go ahead and head into that dimension just in a second, but I wanted to show you guys, yeah, the pickaxe I got. Silk Touch, Unbreaking 3, Efficiency 4. And I didn't even have to use my Silk Touch book that I got at some point. Yeah, there's the Silk Touch one. I didn't even have to use that. I was able to get it on a new pickaxe and then combine it to get Efficiency 4, Unbreaking 3, which is cool. And, yeah, what else? Actually, you know what? No, there's no more enchantments, but now we can go ahead and move on into the Nether, which means that we're going to need some obsidian, which I have got quite a bit of. The floor in the dungeon room was made out of obsidian, so I had to dig that out, which isn't too bad with efficiency 5. So here we go. For our portal, you know what? We'll make it look nice. We'll do the full portal with without taking out the corners. We'll give us 14 different pieces of obsidian. Boom. And then I think we also don't have a flint and steel made yet, so there's a flint. And then there's a steel, even though I already have some in my inventory. So that is perfect, flint and steel. And yeah, we're just gonna go through here and let me build up this portal. So I think eventually we can get like a cooler design or like a room for the portal, but for now we'll just do the basic like sort of portal design. 1, 2, 3, 4, and there it is. Our portal is all done. And all right, so I'm gonna light it up. This is going to be a pretty cool moment, and I also have to apologize for any lag when I go through the portal. I've noticed that sometimes skips a few frames on the video, so I apologize for that, but let's just go ahead and head on through. Yep, looks like it lagged. It lagged real bad. Next time I gotta remember to start a new clip when I'm going into the Nether. That's probably the best thing to do. Anyways, all you need to know is we definitely got a very good Nether spawn, as you guys can probably see. And all I said after that was that I will be resetting the Nether once 1.16 comes out. And also, if the Nether looks a little bit weird to you guys, it's because I have fog turned off with Optifine on, like that. So that's all you need to know. And that being said, we still got most of the important stuff once the lag stopped, so enjoy that part now. I'll come back for some more quartz later. What we want to do right now is just get ourselves situated with this Nether fortress over here, because that's going to be kind of useful. So I want to ideally find a blaze spawner, and maybe even we can fight, let me put my shield on. Maybe we can fight a wither skeleton or two and get really lucky. I don't know. Personally, my wither skeleton dropping skulls luck is actually pretty good a lot of the time. I don't know how it happens, but I have been pretty good about getting skulls. So there's the terrible fortress achievement, and let's just kill this blaze because we're... Oh, that could have been real bad if I fell. Let me mine a little bit of this netherrack so we can get back up. I think he dropped a rod, but I wasn't exactly sure. Did he? Oh, he did. He dropped 2. I mean, it would have been surprising if he didn't because I had my looting sword on me. And it looks like if we zoom in over there's another blaze. So let's go take that guy out. It's really a shame that I don't have arrows on me. That is quite dangerous in the Nether. Oh, there's a wither skeleton up there as well, it looks like. Yeah, that better not be a wither skeleton inside of a blaze spawner. That's gonna be bad if that's the case. Okay, let's see if can he see us. Hello? Mr. Wither Skeleton boy. Wait, what happened to him? Oh. Alright, so with our smite sword, we can just double tap him as long as we're critting like that. And here's a blaze spawner right there. Obviously, we didn't get lucky enough to get a wither skeleton skull on our first hit, but that would have been extremely rare. So I wasn't really necessarily thinking that would happen. Alright. The real danger with blazes is when they can melee auto you, because those really hurt, but they're just fire on their own, especially since we have a pair of boots with fire protection, is not too bad. But that being said, I still don't want to stand in a blaze spawner for that long at a time. But let's get a few more blaze rods just so we can make sure we have enough ender eyes, and then we will head back probably to the overworld. Or actually, we want to get some soul sand first, and then we'll head back. Can we take out this guy? Ah, okay. We're gonna have to come around. Okay, there we go. So we survived that, and 15 blaze rods. That's going to be good, because that means that we can get our ender eyes going, and also we can, in addition to that, we can also make a brewing stand, which is going to be great for future use, maybe for like boss fights and stuff like that. Also, potions of weakness for curing zombie villagers is going to be great. So yeah, let's just go ahead and grab our soul sand if we can. Hopefully there's like a spot with easy access to it, but we are up a little bit high. Ooh, there's a chest in there. Let's go ahead and take that. Oh, great. I mean, I guess I'll take the flint steel. Yeah, no, that's actually not that great at all. That was pretty much a letdown of a chest right there. But yeah, I wanted to look down there because there might be a way to get to soul sand. It doesn't look like it though. So let's go ahead and get back up here. All right, where can we find soul sand then? Ooh, some wither skeletons, but I'm not gonna try and bridge over to that so far. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and try to get down there, grab some soul sand, and I'll see you guys back in the overworld, because we need to get that elevator in, don't we? Alright, so now that we're back in the overworld with our resources that we collected, there's a few things I want to do right off the bat that I'm pretty excited to do. So the first of which involves the blaze rod that we got, which we are going to convert into powder. So we can put that away. And then what I want to do with this powder is, where is it? Oh, they're right here. Is grab an ender pearl and then put the ender pearl on the crafting table with a blaze powder to get an eye of ender. Now we're going to have to make more of these in the future to get to the end, which I'm hoping to do soon, but what I want to do with this one is take 8 more obsidian, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and craft our first ender chest. These things are one of the most useful things in the game. So yeah, it's basically the cloud storage of Minecraft, and I can't wait to start using this because it just allows for a lot more inventory space. And once we start getting shulker boxes too, which we can hopefully do pretty soon, it just becomes like sort of a portable storage system. But now that we have this ender chest, what I want to do with it specifically is tuck my fortune pickaxe away in here as I usually do, and then start using our silk touch pickaxe as our main pickaxe. The only problem is this has efficiency 4 instead of efficiency 5, so what I'm going to do is use an efficiency 4 book I have to combine it. And we have our anvil downstairs. If I go ahead and pop that in here, as you can see, I haven't named the pickaxe yet. Maybe we can do that over on a live stream. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, now we can have efficiency 5 on it, so it's completely maxed out except for mending, which we don't have access to yet. Maybe I have to take a trip back to those villages that we found in the future. But who knows? And now that we have Silk Touch on our main hand, we can just mine this thing up wherever we have it, and it drops the item instead of dropping obsidian. So, boom, that is crazy useful, and it's just gonna make life a lot easier for us. And I'm sure we'll find a lot more stuff to clutter this thing up with in the future. And then eventually we'll get our shulker box storage system in there. And then the next thing I want to do is obviously, like I said, put the soul sand at the bottom of the water stream. Now what I did in here before starting this episode is I decided to just prep for going to the Nether, because I wanted to wait for you guys to go to the Nether, obviously. So I put I used the kelp from the ocean to do the trick where if you place kelp all the way up a water stream, it turns them all into source blocks. So now let's just go ahead and fall down here. So now, since they're all source blocks, we don't have to do any more work. All we have to do is take that out and replace it with a soul sand block. And I'm pretty sure that, yeah, we should start seeing the bubbles. And here we go. Hopefully this takes us right up to the top. And whoosh, we're away. And that thing is crazy fast compared to swimming up, and obviously compared to, even worse, climbing a ladder up. So that is absolutely fantastic to have that in. Okay, so next order of business here. I definitely have big plans for the next episode now that we have access to that nether material and stuff. But I obviously don't have much to do left in this episode, so I wanted to come up with just like a short little project that we could get done, and I think that I have a good idea for that. So we're going to start just doing a little build right here in this area, and what we're going to be building up is a horse stables. Now, the reason for this is that since we got those saddles from the dungeons, I want to go out and look for horses. It's a great way of getting around faster before you have an elytra, and they're just a really fun thing to have in the early game. So I want to have a little place where we can store maybe 2 or 3 horses in, and yeah, I was originally gonna build up like a whole barn area for lots of our animals like chickens, sheep, cows, but that would have been a little bit too ambitious of a project for today's episode. But I definitely want to do that in the future. I'm thinking of like making this whole area down here into sort of like a countryside, farmland, barn, stuff like that. I think that would be really cool as it like transitions into the savanna biome. But yeah, that's not gonna happen today. That would be too much for this episode. So in my ender chest here, I have a little bit of resources, and we might need a little bit more, but it's just a really small build. And I say small build, but I actually have no idea how we're going to be building it yet. And the reason for that is a lot of times when I'm doing builds, even like small builds like this house, which isn't really that big of a build or grand or anything, even though I really like how it came together, I do it in creative mode first. I don't build up like the whole thing, but I build up at least like the facade and like the roofs and the block pallets and stuff like that. But I really want to start trying to build more, just like going for it in survival mode without prototyping first in creative, because it takes up a lot more time, and I feel like it would be cool to just be able to be better at building something like on the spot in survival mode. So that's what we're going to try to do with this build, even though it'll be really simple. It's nothing too crazy. So I think what we want to start off with doing is just placing like some foundations. And I should mention that even though I didn't like build this in creative mode first, I just like tested out a few blocks together just so we could, because I want it to fit with that style without being exactly the same. And yeah, let's clear out a little bit more of an area here because I want it to be like mostly on a flat plane. And yeah, eventually probably we can take out these starter farms that we have here and like replace those with builds as we turn this sort of into like a small village that we want to have our spawn area looking like. But for now, we'll be set with just these. So yeah, so I want to start with the foundations of the oak wood. So let's just go, let's just make the interior of it like a pretty small design. In fact, let's move this a little bit closer. So actually we'll keep it there, and then we'll have the interior be a 3x5 area, which means that we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, place another wood, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then like that. And then I think that we'll make these supports like 5 high. Oops, that was only 4 high. So okay, there we go. I really wish that I had access to scaffolding, but obviously we haven't gotten to the jungle biome. Yeah, I can't make that jump. So we can't get any bamboo yet. I mean, you can also get bamboo from a shipwreck, so that could also work. But either way, I haven't found any of that yet. So now we have all these supports built up, and that should be looking pretty good. And then what I want to do is I think just connect these up with oak wood, and oops, and I do have some more oak in my ender chest, which I should probably just leave out. Okay, there we go. So now that we have these all connected up, which I should get done if I can stop misplacing blocks. For the walls, what I want to do is I don't want to stick with the oak wood that we have over there. I want to use more spruce planks, and maybe we'll mix in some of the stripped spruce logs with it. But let's go ahead and place a crafting table down as well, so we can get a little bit more of the planks. Oops, place those back in there. Okay, so starting to become night here, but we can just sleep it out. So yeah, and I think that's something kind of cool that we can like put in for sort of like windows is something like this. So if we can go ahead and create some stairs like that, and then also some trap doors like that, I think that maybe this might look kind of cool on the wall if we like use these as like, since we're not going to be having doors on the side. And oh, maybe we should make it go up one more like that as well. And then we could also have the window be open like that. So I think, yeah, I think we'll keep that on the wall for now, because we don't want to have like an open like glass window, I don't think. But yeah, let me just go ahead and finish placing all the walls in after I sleep through the night here. Alright, so the walls are in now, and that didn't take very long at all because they're just really simple. The one thing that I really like here, though, is the entrance. I think we did a pretty good job here, and the way we did this is just having like an arch with the stairs and trapdoors, and then on the inside, these are like up against that block, so it sort of has like what is the word I'm looking for? It's like inset like this, so there's a little bit of texture there, which is totally fine. But the next thing we want to do is the roof, and as you can see, the interior in here is a little bit small, but that's okay. This is just a really starter structure to keep our horses in, because I wanted to do a little bit of that. So what we're going to use for the roof is the smooth sandstone. So how we use that in the walls for the second floor there, we're going to use this instead for the roof. And what we can do is we can use a stone cutter to turn this into stairs. So let's just get a stack of that. Probably isn't enough, but if we just pillar up here, and then you know what, I might have just made a really bad decision. I think maybe using slabs is better. Because I want to extend the roof out like this way. Here, we'll just try it with stairs first. I mean, it won't be that hard to take down with them being insta-break and all. So let me get the roof in just by placing these blocks here. Yeah, so it's just going to be a really simple, like, sloped roof that you would see. It's same as that over there, just with a different material, obviously. So I think that the bright roof will go well with the darker block palette that we have here. And then probably we want to do the same thing, so let me get some slabs so that we can finish up this part of the roof. And then yeah, if we just turn these all into slabs, which we can do because we're going to be using slabs later on. So if let's go back up first. Okay, let's grab these slabs like that. And then let's just get this front part of the roof done so that we can just see how it looks from the front. So that's more of just like a facade than getting the whole roof done. Because what I want to do is sort of, okay, so that looks pretty good, but I'm not sure if I want that much of an angle on the slope. Oops. But yeah. Because what I want to do is then like extend it downwards like that, sort of. And then have like fences like coming. I don't know. Let me get this figured out and I'll be back with you guys in a second. Okay, so I fixed this thing up quite a bit and this is looking absolutely fantastic now. The one change that I made that really brought it together is switching this one out right here for a solid block instead of a stair, and then switching that out for a slab so that it transitions a little bit better. So that means that these two sides aren't exactly the same in terms of the roof, but it honestly looks a lot better with how smoothly it transitions. So now it's time for just a few finishing touches. So yeah, let me grab a few more spruce logs and craft those up. There we go. So that should be enough trapdoors. I just want to add a few more of these like little things on the back as well. I'm honestly loving these things because it's like a window, but it doesn't change anything about the interior. Like it doesn't add any, or it doesn't take away any space. So if we just add these in like that, let me get the stairs. So there, and then that, and then if we just add two of these like that, I think that'll make the back look a lot less boring. And then I think the last thing that we should do here is, now that we have a silk touch shovel, we can grab some of this podzol, and I want to grab a few blocks of podzol and also a few blocks, let's grab these and then just replace them with normal grass. So 10, that should be enough. Let's grab these as well. Whoops. And then in addition to that, let's craft some coarse dirt just so we can make the floor of the stables look more like it's actually being lived in by horses. Obviously, the next step now is to actually get horses, but let me just chuck some of this bone meal around here to make it look like we didn't like tear out all this grass here, even though we did. So yeah, I think that'll make it look a lot better, just getting some flowers and tall grass. And yeah, that really makes it look more like just like it's part of like a farm, and just, you know. Okay, so yeah, we don't need all this grass, but I just wanted a little bit. Like there, that's good. And then maybe a little bit inside, just like some tall grass like that. That's perfect. That is absolutely perfect. So there, let's clear out the center, and boom, we are done. So next thing now is let's get this cleaned up. And then also, I think one last thing we can do is just chuck a few hay bales in here, because obviously that would be what the horses would want to be like eating. And then, yeah, so I don't want to cover up all the podzol, but it looks like we might have to. So yeah, that's okay, I guess. I guess that means let's just put one more podzol right here, maybe? Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so perfect. There's our stables all done and dusted, so let's go grab some horses, and yeah, that should be where we end off the episode after we get a new best friend for the world. So yeah, let's do that. Alright, so as we're approaching nightfall here, we are getting back to our house and our stables, which are looking great, so hopefully we can just get the horses right in here. Now if we open 2 of the fence gates, I think we can bring them in. Alright, perfect. So, oof, we gotta be careful of that. Don't want to take suffocation damage. Alright, so if we get the lead off of the horse, and then, yeah, so we now have the horses, outside here, which is great, and hopefully I don't think that they can, yeah, they can't get out of here because, actually, can they? Could he just walk over? Could he walk over? No, he can't. The fence prevents him from doing it, I believe, unless that was because of me. No, he can't walk through there. Okay, perfect. So we can still have the hay bales, and we probably have to get back and sleep now. But I'm really happy with our build and with how the stables are looking, and that we've got 2 horses in there, which means we can breed them. Unfortunately, to breed horses, you need some stuff that is kind of expensive. I believe you need either golden carrots or golden apples, so we don't have that much gold as is, but yeah, we can look into that in the next few episodes. But I really like this build. I definitely needed to get some building done. I haven't done building since done an aesthetic build since we got our house done. So I really wanted to build up sort of like a farmhouse area or a barn, and this is sort of like our little barn for the horses. So I really like how it came together. That being said, guys, this episode may already be running a little bit long with how much time we spent in the Nether and doing this project, so I have to close things out because that is all we have time for today. So I figured we'll do our outro on top of a horse, because why the heck not? So, if you guys enjoyed the video, please be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well if you enjoyed and want to see more. We should have another episode of this series coming real soon, and also I'm planning on starting maybe another server once the 1.16 update comes out, so that could be something to look forward to in the future, but that still might be a long way off. You never know with Minecraft updates. Anyway, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and make sure to comment letting me know what you thought of this episode. But yeah, that is all that we have time for today, guys. So I will go ahead and see you in the next episode.